you're going to have a lot of variation. Do y'all know that no two people are the same? Do y'all know that? I don't think people know that. I don't. I don't think we know that as people. I'm trying to teach myself that. Because I don't think we know that as people. That no two people are the same. All of our bodies and how it's made up is different. You could drink a Coke and I could drink a Coke and our bodies can respond differently to it. Some people drink coffee and they say it run them straight through the roof. Phew. I drink coffee, it don't do nothing to me. Not a thing. If I'm sleepy, I'm still going to sleep. There's nothing to me. Does not affect me. Some people can take certain pills and they can keep going. If I take half of one of them pills, I'm gone. Everybody body responds differently to things. And because we respond differently to things, we usually react differently to things too. Some people can pass by and they notice it. Some people, it tear them down. It have more of an impact on them than it do with others. When you become in covenant with someone, regardless of whether it's a friendship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's taking on a job, whatever makes a covenant, that means that these are different personas or personalities that are brought to the table, and you're going to have to study each other to literally see how to work best with each other. One of the things in school, if y'all remember, they graded you on whether you worked well with others, because that meant personalities. Are you able to handle different things? When you do certain jobs now, they have what they call an assessment, and they'll give you different scenarios just to see how you gonna handle it. So if Billy comes in and Billy is consistently 30 minutes late, are you going to give Billy a verbal warning? Are you going to B, fire Billy? Are you going to C, cuss Billy out? And you have to make a decision, and that's how they can tell where you would fit the best based off of what you would say to them if you be honest about how you would really handle that. So you have different personalities, and you have to learn how to work with each other in those personalities. Because if you don't, it's going to always be a clashing. It's always going to be, you'll do good long as y'all seem to be doing fine and the personalities working good together. But then soon as a personality cut off, there it go. Because let me show y'all what I'm talking about. See, some people personality, like for instance, my personality, people think I really like folk. They do. They think I really like people, that I really want to deal with people, And I'm naturally, I'm an introvert, so to speak. I'm fine with being by myself. So you have a person like me. I'm only going to be around for so long before I'm going to want to leave. I'm going to want to leave because I want to get to my quiet spot. I want to get away and get over to myself. Well, if, say, the people that like to be in the crowd all the time, like that camera, like that light, they gonna think I'm being funny if they don't know my personality. See? So whenever the Lord has called you into covenant with somebody, part of your covenant is that y'all get to know each other's personality. You ain't got to be me, and I ain't got to be you. We just gotta get to know how to deal with each other. You gotta know, okay, she done gave the hour to us. You understand? She gone in the closet, you know, and say, she gave her hour. Yeah, you know, she gave her hour because this is how she is. She don't do that. But if you don't handle it appropriately, when they go do that, go do the hour and then leave, you're trying to be funny. So you seen we had all these people around here. You was gonna leave. You know, because whatever we're trying to be funny. No, if you really understood the covenant and understood the relationship, you would even know how to calm those people to say, you know, her personality, she doesn't like, you know, she don't really do crowds. She don't really do crowds. So my ex-husband has a sister that a lot of people don't even know they got, because you don't ever see her. She works at the Enterprise Nursing Home. She done been there probably somewhere between 15 and 20 years now. She done been working at that nursing home. And most people at the nursing home, unless they just see her, but don't even know she there. Because she doesn't talk. You know, she will speak when spoken to, or what have you, but Sharon don't go out, you know, dealing with anybody or anything. So to try to force Sharon to be me out in front of folk and put them, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't work. And so to literally despise her because of her would be wrong too. So you have to know how to deal with people. If you say something to her, she's going to respond. You know, if she can help you, she will. Now, let me show y'all another side to this. You take, for instance, I'm going to use Vicky as an example. Naturally, she's pretty much like a quiet person. Shy back, you know, don't really say too much. Some of that is because of some things that done that to her. But when she became a woman of God, or stepped into who God has purposed her for, part of that meant, I'm going to pray. I've got a certain element has to be public. That's the same thing y'all see with me. I do what I do with the mic in my hand, and I'm not ashamed. And I'm not afraid in front of anybody to do it. But when the mic ain't in my hand, I'm in the bag. I would much rather sit in the back. Much rather. So you just have to know the personality. You have to know how to deal with the person. And especially if you consider yourself to have a relationship with this person. If you say that there is some reason why we should be together or we should have fellowship with each other, well, then there is some type of grace there for understanding. There's some type of grace there for understanding, because God would not put it together. He doing that kind of stuff now? Yeah. So there is some type of grace there for understanding. So what we have to watch for is we have to make sure that we're not just trying to control it. See? Because that's a whole nother aspect right there. So if there is a grace there for understanding, so if God gives me a man right now, he puts a man in my life, and that joker is just, Lord have mercy, that man, I don't want to be bothered with folk all the time, but then he want to be bothered with people all the time. Well, you know, and sometimes when he want to go be bothered with folk, he going by himself. I'm gonna be at home. But I'm not gonna say cause all kind of hell in my house just because he do that and I stay at home. I'm not gonna cause hell in my house by saying that he wrong for going out there, and he better not be saying that I'm wrong for staying inside of the house. Because if we say there is a grace on us for us to be together, I said, y'all hear what I'm saying? If we say there is a grace on us for us to be together, what is that grace then? What is that grace for? What is the purpose of that grace then? So if we keep getting outside of that and steady getting into it, we got a control issue somewhere. It's a control factor somewhere. It's a major control factor somewhere. And you can best believe that that control factor is somewhere based on image. Image hiding somewhere back there in the back. What I'm worrying about is how this looks. Somewhere. People were tearing up their houses worrying about how it looked to other folk. Tearing up their houses. So if it's a grace on me and a grace on him for us to be together, then that grace is what's going to see us through. So he can take his butt right on out there and deal with all them folk. And I'm going to cover him from the house. God bless you, baby. May the Spirit of the Lord be with you while you're out there. The grace of the Lord keep you. Win souls, baby. That's what you called to do. Where you at? I'm at home. Because I don't go all the time. But if he come in there trying to force me to go, or trying to make me feel down or bad, because I don't go, no. How much of the world are you changing? Let's go to the next one. Emulations. These are all the works of the flesh. Emulations. This thing is messed up. Emulations. Let me give it to you. It's going to be an effort to match or surpass a person or achievement, typically by intimidation. Lord have mercy. Look at that. Trying to intimidate somebody to be something, to do something. Trying to intimidate. It made me think about when I went to the doctor week before last, I think it was. True that they talking to COVID about the vaccine. I get out there, 2 people, 2 staff members in now. It's 6 people out there in Msphine on the ventilator right now because they ain't been vaccinated. I said, hey, I stopped. I said, don't do that. Don't do that. You're trying to do that by intimidation. Don't do that. That's not the way you go about doing it. You give information to people and allow them to make the decision, but you don't do it by intimidation. So emulation is a part of the works of the flesh, which is part of the world system, which is to intimidate. We see police do it. Anybody in any type of authority by intimidation. We see parents do it to kids. Intimidation. We even see preachers do it to people. It's by intimidation. intimidation. That's what emulation is.